Hello, Aries, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of February 9th through the 15th. And during that time, we'll first have a waxing gibbous, which is really good time for acting on your intuition and introspection and just kind of getting down and getting to work, getting some things done, just executing the things that you've been planning on. We will then move into the full moon energy on the 12th. And of course, that's a time for heightened emotions or sometimes feeling like you're overwhelmed or anxious, maybe a little snappy and irritable. So keep that in mind on the 12th. We'll then move into the waning gibbous where things kind of calm down a little more. Really good time for self-reflection and rebirth and kind of getting into the next new cycle. So all right, we've got a card coming out here already for Aries. Your overall message for this reading is balance, spirituality, and practicality. All right, Aries, we'll see what you guys have going on. This will be an intuitive general reading for the energies that you may or may not encounter this week. So, of course, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. All right, Aries, as I'm shuffling, I would like to remind you to get out in nature this week. Maybe take a walk in the woods or find a beautiful park, an area with a really nice view. But just really take the time to stop and just connect with the miracle of nature. Maybe study a tree or a plant longer than you normally would. Just listen to the water, if you're near the ocean or a creek, just any kind of running water like that. If you are, I'm very jealous, first off, if you're near the ocean. It's one of my favorite sounds, so relaxing. Anyway, just close your eyes and connect with nature and just really enjoy it. Just take a little time for that this week if you can. All right, Aries, balance, spirituality, and practicality. Let's see what you guys have going on this week. All right, overall message, star card. All right, so, you might be seeking some direction, maybe looking to go in some sort of direction or just really on course. You might be kind of looking around for some kind of guidance in the spiritual realm. That could be why you're watching a tarot reading today. But it looks like you're being kind of drawn to something, noticing some signs out there. There's just some kind of decision that maybe you're getting to, and the star card is helping you literally do, when your overall message said to balance that spirituality and practicality. That's literally what's going on in this card. Is this, this emotion of the spirituality and just kind of pouring that onto your practical world there. So, that's something that you just have to learn how to blend. Each of us, when we learn a spiritual lesson, yeah, the lesson's learned, but now you have to figure out how to apply that in your day-to-day life. So I think that's really, what we're getting at here. Your current situation is the Knight of Pentacles. So, maybe you're learning how to apply this in your material world when it comes to things like money. Like, is there a lesson that you've learned, about balance that you need to apply to your finances? Maybe you need to apply this to your work life, to your home life. I think home life is probably easier a lot of times than it is really trying to think about these kind of things in your work life and financial life, but definitely something to think about. If there's something that you've learned recently and you're trying to figure out, how to just work that into the world around you. And again, I'm just getting the feeling that it's more about finances and work. What is at the root of the situation is the Queen of Pentacles. So this could be some understanding about finances. This could be some understanding about, maybe investment, maybe, just something that you've learned recently. There's been something going on, but at the root of this is this is that nurturing female energy of the material. So, but it's understanding, but it's also being, generous, but also having some authority over thing, kind of knowing just how to manage it emotionally and manage it in a softer way, if that makes sense, in that more female nurturing manner. In your recent past here is the Page of Wands. So maybe you're applying this to some new, or this could be just some new passion. This could be some new thing. Maybe you're just, maybe you've just learned about Bitcoin and you thought, I'm going to learn everything about this. And how do I apply spiritual things that I've learned? Like, is this the right kind of investment for the things that I'm learning spiritually? Um, is it am I putting money into something that is kind of aligned with, in the same way of thinking as the way I think about the world spiritually. You don't want to make an investment somewhere that kind of goes against who you are as a person. So those kind of things. But it looks like this is a new passion for you. But you're involved and you're thinking very deeply about it. What's on your mind this week is a new perspective. So, yeah, if you're learning something here, you've got a new perspective about this, and it's making you maybe not make those kind of rote decisions, or things that you would have done in the past, kind of on autopilot. But you're just putting a little more thought into it for whatever reason, whatever has come up for you, again in the spiritual realm, to make you want to make changes in this area. So, what is just in front of you this week? All right. So, little 7 of Swords here. So, this is cunning and craftiness, but it can also be theft and hidden agenda. Are you having to be crafty about things in your material world? And are you maybe avoiding some sort of hidden agenda? Like I said, if you're trying to put your spiritual walk into your financial talk, if that makes, or maybe I have that backwards, your spiritual talk into your financial walk, so that you're trying to just to make sure that the things are lined up for you. But watch out here for, are you having to be crafty to do that, or are you trying to maybe avoid some sort of hidden agenda, which is fine, which is fine if that's the way you're thinking. So, very interesting here. Let's move these cards over a little bit, so I have room for the next things. Let's see. In your advice position here, things happening very quickly. So maybe, again, watch out for that. And here, and that's an 8. Trying to see, we've got a couple of, 7 there. Trying to look at your numerology to see if it, yeah, things could just be happening quickly. And this could just be the decisions that you're having to go about, when it comes to this. It could be that you're just having to decide things very quickly, and sometimes that doesn't give you that time to have the depth to, to think, just think about things a little heavier before those things happen quickly. But if you know who you are, those decisions happen very quickly, and happen, in a way that's in alignment with who you are, if that makes sense. Like, if things are happening quickly, if you've already thought about these things and you thought, I'm not going to invest in this thing, this doesn't align with who I am as a person. If you're having those thoughts already, and you're kind of clear and solid about that, when things happen quickly, it's very easy for you to make those decisions rapid fire. I hope that made sense there. What's beyond your control this week? All right, is an 8 of Swords. So interesting. 2 8s here on the table. So this is kind of just feeling a little bit stuck. This is having to think your way out of something. How did you get here? And this could be this rapid movement here of this is just kind of has you think, oh, this happened so quickly, and maybe you do get mentally stuck for a minute. But again, remember who you are. um just remember, I keep thinking about, what was it, Lion King, and that's what I'm hearing, like Mufasa in my, remember who you are. Just remember who you are. And then those decisions become, again, it's so much easier to make the right decision. But it looks like that's going to be a challenge for you this week. Is just something coming upon you where you really have to remember who you are to make the right decision. All right, what is your secret desire? What you're trying to avoid is the Page of Pentacles. So Now here comes our juvenile when it comes to the suit. And that just means immaturity. Is it your secret desire to to be immature? Well, I'm not even putting that right. Are you trying to avoid feeling immature about this thing, or is it, your secret desire? This could lie in the just wanting to really learn about it. Again, we've got a knight here, which is more about, this is more about action, where this is more about kind of the new learning about a thing. And that's beyond your control, or that's your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid. So are you trying to learn more about this, or are you trying to act like you already know about it? I guess would be the opposite there. And is that what you're trying to avoid? So, so pay attention to that. I'm getting a little almost tongue tied thinking about this. And again, like I said, if this is some new way of investing, and I used before, the example of Bitcoin, don't pretend like you know things if you don't know them. And if you're trying to just avoid looking like you don't know about it, you need to think about that. That's something that you really need to think about, because it's okay. It's okay if you don't know a thing, and it's okay to ask questions. And to maybe there's certain people I say it's okay sometimes to not be the smartest guy in the room. you so I know Aries can be very competitive, and you want to know everything, and actually being a little bit insecure is a little bit, that's a trait of an Aries also. Relax through that insecurity. If there's something that you don't know, it's okay to ask questions, because if not, you're going to get yourself in this, oh God, how did I get here situation that's happening right here. So ask questions, and really learn about whatever this thing is, again, that you're trying to apply, your spiritual self to. You're going to have to ask questions about it. And your outcome position is a celebration. Okay, so if you do these things, you're going to have a very positive outcome here. And I would say, key cards in this reading right here, this Page of Pentacles, you have to ask questions. This is something that's new to you. You've got 2 pages. This is a new thing for you. It's a new, again, this could be investment. This could be a new job that you're at. This could be, some new way of thinking about money. I mean, it could be some windfall that's come in for you that now you have to manage this. But even though you're kind of forced to take this action, let's make sure you're doing it and you're being crafty in a positive way, but really, again, applying your spiritual knowledge to your practical life. I feel like I'm kind of rambling here, but whoops, it's that appears to be that's your struggle this week, is just making sure that the things that you're applying are things that you've put some thought into, and the direction that you want to be in. The star card, this is you, at night, dreaming, paying attention to the signs, having clarity, about maybe a direction that you want to go in, or how you want to live your life. Um, but this is a sign of prosperity. Keeping that balance and being true to who you are is where real prosperity does come from. So, all right, final word here. Since I feel like I'm rambling. I'm so sorry if that appears to be the case today, but I think you've got a good outcome for this situation. Final message here for Aries: shine your light. So, yeah, I mean, here's this giant star on the star card. There's some I'm just really feeling that you've come to some sort of knowledge, new perspective lately, um, that's spiritual in nature, and you're trying to apply it to your financial or work life. So don't be afraid. Don't feel insecure if you have to ask questions to get a really good grip on something. That way, when these things do come in hard and quick, you don't end up in this position of feeling like you're stuck. Um, you know, even though this is kind of in your beyond your control situation, and you might be mentally stuck for a minute, but it's okay to ask questions to get there. And and at the end of this, you're going to be celebrating. So shine your light, Aries. Really try to balance things out this week when it comes to this. And I wish you the best of luck. It looks like it's going to be a great week. There's just, again, things that are happening very quickly that you're going to be making really quick decisions on. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I don't know why I'm feeling very rambly. Maybe that has something to do with your energy this week, too. Anyway, so again, Aries, I really appreciate your time with me here today. And I hope there was something in this reading that you can take away and use for your week. I do post weekly, so come back next week and we'll see if this situation continues on, or maybe there's something totally different here for you next week. Also, I will have time for private readings coming up. When that time does become available, I can let you know. If you want to drop me an email down below, let me know if that's something that you're interested in. Also, if you enjoy my reading style, it would be great if you would like and subscribe. It really does help my channel, and I really would appreciate that so much. So, Aries, thank you so much for being here with me today, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.